Hello, and welcome to the More Cheese, Less Whiskers podcast. My name is Dean Jackson, and today we're talking with Jerry Levinson, who runs a small family business, as he likes to say, in Arizona. And he loves to joke about that because everybody's under 5'6". But he runs a great business in Arizona, a carpet and flooring business that he's driven by marketing. I mean, he loves marketing. He's a legitimate marketing lover. And I got to recently spend 3 days with Jerry here in Orlando. He just came to our Breakthrough Blueprint event last week. And then today we're doing the podcast. It's usually the other way around. People come on the podcast and then come to a Breakthrough Blueprint. So this will be fun to have that conversation. I think as you're listening, you'll hear how we really start to think about getting his program that he's got, a program that helps, that focuses on a specific segment of the market, people who are selling their homes that need to get new carpet but can't afford to do it right now. So they'll help them get the carpet right now, pay for it from the sale proceeds. And so we get the idea down to the core. We're looking for the scale ready algorithm. How can we connect with people who are in that situation through their relationship with the real estate agent? And so we had a great conversation about it. I think you're going to see that there's a lot of stuff that is applicable to a lot of similar situations in other businesses, especially if you're looking to create something that you can syndicate, which is ultimately what Jerry's hoping to do with this. So enjoy this episode.
Jerry Levinson.
Good morning, Action Jackson.
How are you?
I am wonderful.
Well, this is a unique treat because normally people come on the More Cheese, Less Whiskers podcast, and I meet them for the first time, and then they come to a Breakthrough Blueprint, and we get to spend 3 days together. And here we are. We just spent 3 days together, and now we're on the podcast. So this is a unique experience here. I'm
awesome.
Excited because
I take advantage of every opportunity available.
Well, that'll be neat because we can amplify the things that we were able to work on in Orlando here for the 3 days. But let's start with because not just you and I, even though it'll feel like it. Let's give people the Jerry Levinson story so far, and where we can jump off and focus all of our time here. Then we can focus on just you and I.
Okay, great. So I started off in the window covering business, and really at one point, it was 2009 when the economy crashed, I realized that my knowledge in the industry didn't get me where I wanted to go, and this, went through BK like a lot of people, but I knew that it was masking the real problem. The economy was just masking my real problems. I didn't have the knowledge I needed in marketing and sales and business operations, and sought out Chet Holmes and then found Joe Polish and the I Love Marketing, and that's kind of where my new life began, and it's just all this amazing information that, I was home, and I realized there's a different way. I took that business up to over $1 million a year, which is good for the blind business, and sold that. And I started the flooring business a little over 3 years ago now with no knowledge or experience in flooring. And we are just running circles around the competition just because my knowledge is in marketing. So.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of cool. Like, how did you happen to choose the flooring business then? So you don't have any background in it, and yet you said flooring. That's where I'm going.
may not be fair to say I don't have any because I was working inside of a flooring company. So I was operating Blind Devotion inside of another company, and I offered to do some consulting work for him and found out he was done. And, you know, of course, working within that operation, seeing the stuff, it's like, God, this is a gold mine. I mean, but these guys are so, the whole industry, and this is probably in most industries, they're so product focused. You know, it's amazing that they don't listen to customers. They want to tell customers what they think should be important to the customer rather than asking questions and discovering, being more interested than interesting, you know, and really learning about the customer's wants and needs. Cool. And of course, everybody does the same thing from a marketing standpoint too. So that was pretty easy to beat them because they're all doing the same thing.
Right. Get your name out there. All that stuff, exactly. Or sale. So what's the things that you've done that have kind of worked? What was you took over the flooring business then? You bought it from him, or?
Well, I just bought some of his assets, and I bought his phone number and his database, which was kind of worthless. But and I started with my son again, terribly underfunded, and so I struggled like heck for a couple of years, just financially. But you know, tracking and understanding the marketing really helped me get to where I am today, which we did in our third year. We did over $2 million
awesome.
From basically scratch, and and I'm having a ball. You know, to me, one of the biggest accomplishments was having the ability to go to the 3-day mastermind with you. You'll fly out, spend 3 days in Florida, and just that's the room I want to be in. That's the environment I enjoy. And I got a business that operates pretty much without me, so I can really build the business. Because I said one thing that gets in the way of growing your business is customers. So customers are always getting in the way of me growing my business.
Right. That's like most businesses. It would be great if it wasn't for the people and the paperwork. Right. That's
exactly.
That's kind of funny. Well, that's great. And so now, what's the bringing it back to here? What was your big thing that was kind of the takeaway from the 3 days that we spent together? Maybe we can jump off from there and kind of expand on it for you, or help clarify it, or narrow down.
The one thing I failed to work on, which, you know, I always gravitate back to what I know and what I do well, which is Carpets of Arizona. But my real goal is to take the Dream program, which is my signature program, and take that national. I want to be the Uber of the carpet industry, if you will. Just have this process and system that's so easy and innovative that it makes it easy, and it's a good money making process. So what the Dream program is I wanted a way to reach out to real estate agents, the best referral source for us. And so what we do is we found a way to help the realtor sell the house faster for more money. So what we'll do is we'll put the carpet in, and we don't get paid until the house is sold. And it's going great for us here. So I just want, my target audience for our discussion is also real estate agents and other flooring companies, because I want to sell the opportunity to the flooring companies, and then we were going to manage the financial part of it, and that's where we can make our profit on that. But I can also do a much better job attracting real estate agents, which is what I'm using the 8 Profit Activators for. So I really hone in and make that system just fantastic, So it's easy for me to open up in Denver and New Mexico and go out to Florida and wherever I want to in the country and attract real estate agents, which is a really easy target audience to reach. So that's what's awesome about realtors.
They're visible for sure, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of the thing of having a crystal clear target audience. You know who they are. So in a nutshell, explain the Dream program so that people can understand kind of what it is.
So what we do now is we do market out to the real estate agent, and hopefully they have a customer that's trying to sell their house. They can't afford to replace the carpets, and they don't want to get a loan or get any more credit because they're trying to buy another house. So what we'll do is, and we changed it. It used to be free. Now it's $100 down because we think we can reach more people with $100 down than we can with free. So what we do is we take $100 down. We'll replace the carpet, and then we have a contract where we get paid when the house is sold. And we know they'll be able to increase the price of the house or not have to discount the price of the house. But bad, ugly, smelly carpets is a deal killer. So we take that deal killer away.
Yes. Yeah, I like that.
And what we want to do is make a hero out of the real estate agent, so they're providing their clients with a resource, a product, a service that they couldn't afford or couldn't get anywhere else. You know, we really want the real estate agent to be the hero. And we don't promote Carpets of Arizona as much. We're promoting mostly to the real estate agent. And then the other part of the marketing is we're staying in touch with that real estate agent to find out if the house has been sold. I mean, not only to get paid, but just to build a relationship with them.
Yeah. And that now you're a tool in their toolbox, right? You're in their arsenal. So if you look at it, that what the real, I always like to break things down to the core element here. The core thing that has to happen is we have to have one house that has stinky carpets or carpets that need to be replaced, and a seller who is appreciative of the opportunity to do that, and that we need a repeatable way of doing that all the time. And so we've got there's visible. The good news is there's kind of like visible prospects all around. You know, like if we look at the process there, that we know that your target audience are homes that are on the market, and it could be homes that have been on the market for a while, and they're looking for something to spruce it up or to get the get everything kind of in line so that it can sell. If it's so much of a problem that it's a detriment to the sale, or you've also got people who are very proactive about things, who might stage a house, But do you find that what are the characteristics of the people that this is most appealing to? Is it typically houses that are in all other situations don't show as well, or
and they're having trouble selling? Mostly it's houses with pets because it smells. And they try to offer a credit, but people just can't get past the carpet. It's a deal killer. So it's funny. I never really went out that way. I mean, we've focused the marketing not on the home seller, but on the real estate agent. And because
then the real
again,
estate
the goal
agent could be the hero. Let me get you. I've got a relationship with this Carpets of Arizona, and that they can, they'll I'll be able to get carpets in here. They'll take $100 deposit, and then we can pay them when the house sells. But we need to get the carpets in here. That's really what the conversation that you're hoping that the real estate agent will have with them, right? And that makes them look good because they're not selling them on it per se. They're establishing and offering it in a way that makes them feel like an insider, right? That it's because of me that you're going to get this situation. You're not talking about kind of bypassing the realtor to go directly to the home owner.
Yeah. And here's a couple things that happen too, is one, if they do take us up on that and they do replace the carpet, now they'll go ahead and paint, or they'll do some of the other things that may cost a little bit of money, but now they can afford to go ahead. And this whole thing makes it easier on the realtor to sell the house.
Yeah.
But then the other thing that happens is if we're too expensive, there's, I would never pay that much because we get a premium on it. Mm-hmm. But they'll still end up replacing the carpet, which still ends up helping the real estate agent. So, and we do offer a cash price too. So we do get customers
they can pay now
where we wouldn't have gotten them otherwise. Yeah.
Right. I gotcha. Okay.
So it's just a win-win all the way around.
What would be, how many homes would you say, out of 100, if you took a slice of 100 homes that are on the market right now, how many of them would have that issue? They would need.
It would be a total guess. I mean, I would probably say it's a very small amount, maybe 10 to 15.
Right. That's what I'm looking at. Right. So what would be the, how would, it's going to be more on the lower end than on the higher end, probably.
Yeah.
Right. Like if you look at the bell curve, it's going to be on the upslope of the bell curve more than the downslope, right? Because
under 300,000, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. So under 300,000, because that's where it can make the biggest difference, and the homeowners are less likely to have the money to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So we're narrowing it down, so you've got that under 300,000, and it's even, I mean, you do that for condos or anything, right? Like doesn't matter. Is there a minimum size kind of thing that this?
No, and we've done one bedroom.
Condos up to $300,000 homes. So that's all knowable, right? So what it really comes down to now is where's the genesis point of this, right? That it's going to be, what would be very useful is if you knew as soon as the house comes on the market that this would be somebody who could use this service, right? That this would be a useful thing. And so there's a number of ways to do that, kind of even on, if you're sitting at the surface, kind of waiting to see what happens here. One of the things would be to use the trigger of a new listing. So when a new listing comes on, that triggers an email to them to reach out about that specific house. Would there be?
How do I get without being on the MLS, because we're not real estate agents? How do I find out when a house gets listed?
Right. If you go to any real estate website, the thing you can sign up for their updates of automated home searches, where you could say, I want to, like if you were looking to buy a home, you could go and you say, I want to get updates of all of the houses that come on the market here. You could even do it, I mean, even on the Realtor.com or on any of if you just did a search in Arizona there, just in Phoenix, you could get alerted for all the new listings, or somebody in your team, could even have that as a daily input that, were there any new homes that came on the market today over or under 300,000? And to have a kind of both direct mail and email situation to reach out to the real estate agent, because you'll see who the listing agent is,
That's brilliant. So, and I'm thinking what you taught us is the human automation, which I've used a lot of since.
Right.
And
right, because you're looking to maximize, right? Like if you could, it would be very valuable to know the homes as soon as they come on the market that they need new carpet, right?
Right.
Yeah. And so when you look at that, it's like, what's scope?
You cut out on. I'm sorry, you cut out for a minute there, a second.
Sorry, what's one of these transactions worth for you, so I can get a sense of the scope of this?
On average, I'd say $4,000.
Okay, great. So that's a good, that's good to see here. So when you look at this now, I wonder how many homes come on the market in Phoenix that are over that are under 300,000.
Okay.
Do you have a sense? I mean, I'm trying to.
No, I don't have any sense at all. That's a good question to look at.
But these are all knowable. These are all knowable things. Even if you just went to a real estate, I can point you in the right direction on where to go there in Phoenix to get the information. But it's some knowable number that there are X number of homes, some number of homes under 300,000 on the market right now in Phoenix. That's just our baseline, right? And of those, some smaller number of them have carpets that are a problem, a barrier, a block to them getting top dollar, right? Like the very serious issue for them that they know they need to address, but they can't. And you may say that could be up to 10% of the market. Like if we say there's 1,000 homes on the market under 300,000 in a certain radius of your store right now,
right?
That of the 1,000, there may be 100 of them that have that issue.
Yeah.
But we don't know which those are, right?
Right.
Because it's hard to tell. But it's an interesting thing. How many homes have you done this for right now? How many do you have that are kind of in process right now, and how often do you do this?
On average, about 6 times a month.
Okay, so you're already doing about 70 or 80 times a year right now of all of them. Okay, and that's all with how many of them, if you broke it down the way we look at it in before unit, during unit, after unit, how many of them would come from realtors that you've already done business with?
Oh, good question. Probably a small percentage, but we do get it. And not only that, we get referrals from those realtors. So
yeah, that's what I mean. That would be after.
Yeah.
They're all relationship
okay.
driven. From that.
How many do we get from people who have already used us? even with them, we don't see the opportunity often. I mean, it's very few of those will.
It's a very
use us
specific
again.
thing. It's not something that somebody's going to do just as, oh, this is a neat opportunity. Yeah, let's do it. It's where you set this up. It's a problem solver, right? More than it is a deferred payment carpet program, right?
Well, and I could tell you this too: the ones that have used it usually come from a realtor that heard about it. They didn't hear about it from us, but they were referred by somebody who did hear about it, and they had a solution to that problem that realtor expressed.
So what's your before unit method of getting in front of the real estate agents now? What are you doing to spread the word about this?
Okay, so the methods that we're using, one, we do have an email campaign that is a list or service that we bought, and we use them. They go out to about 20,000 realtors about 2 or 3 times a month. And that has generated a little bit, not a great amount, but one area where we're hugely successful is in everybody that works for me has to be in a networking group. And this is such an easy program to market and understand that we've done really well within the networking groups. And then
connecting to realtors, you mean?
Well, not only realtors, but everybody in the networking group understands this process. So, but yes, mostly the realtors, but also with the other people, it's an easy lead to give for the people in the networking groups.
Somebody who's selling their house.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a cool idea, so they regurgitate it to their friends.
Yeah. That's what I'm wondering is how often does it happen that it's the seller that initiates the process or hears about the process?
Very little. It's mostly the real estate agent. And we have done virtually nothing to go after the seller. We've really kept this kind of tightly honed to the real estate agent because we know that's where we're going to get the greatest return in the future too. My goal is to build an army of real estate agents that just refer carpets of Arizona, and that's kind of game over for us. It's
right.
It gets real easy, but then the third way is we get opportunities to speak to real estate agents, groups, and tours, and there's always opportunities that we're given to about 3 times a month. Randomly different groups that invite us in to speak.
And do you manage do you direct mail the realtors or do you email the 20,000 that you have?
So no, I don't manage that.
Mailing addresses or email addresses?
So the 2 things I'm working on since coming back from Orlando is creating the marketing campaign to direct mail, and we're doing a Facebook campaign with the idea of creating a guide that's 5 home improvement items that will increase the value of your listing. So we wanted to create something to show them that you'll get a net gain from doing these 5 things. So obviously the first one's flooring. And then working with some other vendors and, stealing and honing your idea of being the market maker. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so who did you think of when you're thinking about your market maker syndicate here? Who else is in that circle?
So there's a painter. There's somebody that does. We do window coverings, but more to the sunscreens and window coverings. And then I'm looking at the countertops, and I haven't built a relationship with anybody for that. and then also lighting. I don't have a relationship with that yet. And I can tell you that we have added some of these things in the Dream program, like painting, and offered that. And what we found is it messed up the marketing message. So we pulled back, and it was adding more confusion than making it a more desirable thing. So that's where we pulled back and just made it, even other flooring, we pulled back and just made it about carpet, because it made that marketing message so much simpler.
That makes sense, right? Because then it's more complex otherwise,
Right.
Yeah, I got it. And that's one of those things that can make an immediate difference on something. Something that has new carpet just makes it feel like a model home in a way, right? I mean, that's that's the bottom line of it.
Yeah, and the one thing I learned too is you never show the carpet to the real estate agents. Like if I'm talking to a group of realtors and they ask, well, what's the carpet look like? Oh, I forgot the samples. There's always somebody in the group that doesn't like the color or something.
Right.
And you're trying to overcome an unnecessary objection.
Yeah. Right, I get it. Yeah. And I mean, there, you look at that, it's kind of a neutral carpet, I would imagine. But so the whole idea then is really about getting in front of the realtors at the right time, or, in a way, kind of preempting. Because once they know, it's like once they know you, now if it's not a fit for this listing, it's a fit potentially for another listing,
Yeah, exactly.
The next listing that they get. And that's kind of that's an interesting thing. I think about this, like part of it, and I'd never thought about for you, but when you think about so my relationships with realtors, and I'll certainly turn you on to all of our realtors in Phoenix, be an easy way to kind of run that thing. But I look at it that we're essentially looking for the same person there, like if you think about that, if you could ride along with my marketing to find realtors, like what I do right now, I have a book called Listing Agent Lifestyle that I use as a lead generator for starting relationships with real estate agents. So I'll run Facebook ads. People download the book. We start a relationship with them. I do a whole Listing Agent Lifestyle podcast. And that vehicle it would be an interesting thing to think about in Phoenix if we were to see how we could collaborate, that the Listing Agent Lifestyle podcast brought to you by, the Dream program as a co-marketing initiative,
Yeah, I'd love to do that. Now, I've thought of that too, is even, again, adding value for the real estate agent to bring them. I love it to bring people into my showroom for totally unrelated things. Just as long as they're in my showroom, they're in my showroom. But
right, and the bottom line is they're going to have people who are buying homes anyway, and some number of them, you talk about this Dream program as like the one kind of isolated thing that you want to grow, but that doesn't stop the realtor then referring somebody who buys a home that happens to need carpet to, have them come over to you as well.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So it all feeds it, which is great. It's just how to collaborate with real estate agents to get introduced to people who are going to be buying carpet. I think.
Well, and the really cool thing about that whole Dream program was we were never asking for referrals. What we did is offered something that would help them rather than saying, hey, we're a really good company. Would you refer us? Because everybody's doing that to them, right? They all want so our program helps them. It's a tool that they can use. So it really changed the game. And so it was a great way for us to introduce ourselves. But I would love to offer great marketing to them,
Yes. And there's the thing is that now you look at it that what realtors really want is listings.
Yeah.
And so that's the thing that is going to endear you to them, is being the one that introduces them to this whole idea of getting listings and multiplying the listings that they have and getting referrals, all of these things that are going to help them grow their business. That's a great thing. It's like Procter and Gamble in creating the soap opera. It's like that kind of a thing.
Yeah, and quite frankly, I love this stuff. So talking about it, and I did a monthly mastermind for the people in the networking group to bring them in and show them, how to create a great customer experience. Was my program, but I would love to reach out to them and help them grow their respective businesses. So that to me is just fun, and get a good relationship with somebody that way. Person trying to make a sale, because obviously they're gonna,
that would be a really interesting thing, is to have, even to do a listing agent lifestyle podcast, a regional episode with you explaining the Dream program as one of the things that realtors can do to multiply their listings and get the maximum results, kind of thing, that becomes now you're positioned in the wrapper of the thing that they really want, which is to get listings and to sell the listings they have quicker and maximize the opportunities they have within them. That now now you become somebody they know that way. They hear about you more than from you, in a way, that way.
Right.
That's an interesting thing. So I think there's some stuff that we could do that way. But how do you communicate with them now? You've got the 20,000 realtors. What's your outreach to them? I don't remember whether I got the answer.
This is the area where I'm probably the biggest schmuck when it comes to marketing, is not having built a good database, having them, staying in front of them. And I've got them. I mean, I've got all the real estate agents that we've done work for, but I haven't, I put the customer in our database, but we haven't pulled that real estate. And I've been saying it ever since I started this thing, and I know I'm doing it wrong. That's my kryptonite. I'm a 2 on the, research and
follow through, or fast finder. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Yeah. Like I'm a 9 quick start, and and all the other areas kind of suffer, but
I get it.
But building that database is something that I definitely need to improve on.
Okay. So do you have the mailing addresses or email addresses for these realtors?
I have both. I have their office mailing address, and then we have their email addresses.
Okay.
And phone numbers.
Got it. Okay. And then the ones that you've done business with, how many realtors do you think there are that you that have already referred you or already you've done this situation? If it's 6 a month right now, how many years has that been going on?
We've probably got well more than 50.
Okay.
We've got about 70, 75.
Those are the realtors that they would make up your after unit, right? That you've got, they know you, they like you, they trust you, they've done business with you before. So those are the ones that we want to manage that relationship portfolio for the highest yield, right? Whether it's on all the listings that they end up working with or the referrals to people that they work with or their existing home owners. There's so many ways to get synergy with that relationship in a measurable kind of way. But it just is a matter of documenting it and starting it. It's all there. It's just we need a fact finder and a follow through to get some data, to get the information. The data's there. It's the information that we need,
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And then how many realtors of those 20,000 would you say that you know? Or have come to some way they know who you are?
Well, I would say all of them within the scope of the company. Some of the salespeople have good personal relationships, get plenty of referrals, and so I'm not the boots on the ground guy. So I do have several, but mostly my team are the ones that have nurtured a lot of those relationships.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, but again, and with them, they're always out. The organization BNI. So we're in
of course.
Yeah, we're in 6 of those groups, and we just had
You're a professional.
We just had a
BNI.
huge party. Yeah, we just had a huge BNI party. I mean, talk about before, during, and after unit. I mean, we just had Wednesday night, probably 60 people out to our showroom for a big appreciation party for BNI.
Nice.
And no sales, no specials, just thank you and come out to the showroom. And it was an awesome party, and that's going to be far reaching for us. And we're just getting a ton of business. So we're in the relationship building business.
I love it. That's awesome. And so what kind of approaches have you tried right now with the real estate agents? Do you have anything that would be kind of a predictable, repeatable thing that you've done?
No.
Okay.
That's probably where I failed the most, is doing something, again, building the database. Only thing that we've done with them is, and we've only done this with a small handful, is after the house closes, and we've got this big Minnie Mouse bag and a pillow that keeps your head cool at night, and a nightgown, usually something cute Disney, and bring it out to that realtor's office and leave the bag for them. And we hope that they're not there, so other people see the bag. We don't want to hand it to that agent. We want it to be put on their desk and to build some curiosity. So we put a little sales letter in there saying, thanking them, and hopefully we've been able to make this a dream experience for you. And I like marketing that's not marketing, when you're not trying to sell them anything, but you're just getting. The other thing that we do and that we offer is a buyback program. So if the person that bought the house doesn't like the carpet, we offer to buy it back and replace it with other flooring. So now we've never done that, but we market that a lot to the real estate agent because they love the idea. So I've placed emphasis on it mostly because the real estate agent just loves the idea, the concept. but we haven't.
Yeah. Do you ever
done that
proactively? Would it make economic sense for you to do that? Like, would it be something? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because there's a ton of profit built in already because we financed it, and we buy it back and we get a new customer out of it. So we would still make money off of that, and it would be huge.
So that could be as simple
as an upgrade.
That could be as simple as a direct mail piece to the new buyer once they move in, even introducing yourself, saying we put in the carpet, and I hope you love it. And if you don't, we will buy it back and put in new carpet for you if you'd like to look at that. Here's our website, or here's our thing, or come on in, and here's a gift certificate or a gift card or whatever,
Yeah. Yep, and I've tried. What we tried was like a little gift basket. So we go out there and we leave, because we don't know the person's name that bought the house. So we go out there and we'll leave a little gift basket on the door and a couple samples of some options, but a sales letter explaining. And we've only done that maybe 2 or 3 times. I mean, we haven't done that every time. You always come up with all these great ideas, and then trying to make sure you're implementing them and taking care of the leads and business that you have coming in is, I mean, we grew at a rate of 50%
you
last year.
You definitely need the big win is that for idea guys is the definite need are throughput, where you've got the team in place that can take an idea from there and make it happen, because it's so funny. I did a episode. I do record 2 episodes on the days when I record More Cheese, Less Whiskers. So you're the second one today. The first one was another guy who is a remodeler, and he loves marketing, doesn't like so much the remodeling, but it loves that. That's his entertainment. He's a quick start, same thing, right? Loves cracking the code, thinking of all the possibilities of what you could do, testing something, showing that it works, but then doesn't have the throughput system or the system to make it recur, as Dan Sullivan would call it, right? Like with the the progression is make it up, make it real, make it recur. And so when you've got that, your strength and your love is to make it up. Oh, we could do this, and we could do this, and we could do this.
Right.
You made it up, right? And everybody agrees, yes, brilliant. That's a great idea. And then you may, on your own, or with somebody on your team, make it real once, and then that worked, and then you'd come back 90 days later and you're not doing the thing that you made up and made it real, and it worked, but it's not being done consistently, even though you know that you should be and could be doing it, right? Because you got excited and moved on to the next thing, the new thing again.
I made something new up.
Yes, look what I made.
Which I've done about 10 times since I've gotten back from Orlando. So
of course, right. And so the real, the great thing is that just as natural as it is for you, excuse me, as a quick start to come up with ideas, make stuff up, there are people who are 9 follow-throughs, who love to just maintain a system.
Right.
They want to follow the checklist of this is what it takes to make this system recur. And as long as nothing goes wrong, they have all of the they know exactly what to do, and they love to do it, and they will do it to the best of their ability and not get tired of it.
Right.
There are, even though as strange as that sounds to you and I, as idea people, why would anybody want to just continue to do the same thing again and again, But there are people like that, and you need to surround yourself with them to whatever degree is going to be required to support your vision, the vastness of your vision. How big are your ideas? If you're going to do this on a national level, then the first thing we need to do is you need to dominate Phoenix.
Yeah, I agree.
Right. And dominate Phoenix in a way that is repeatable and that's not any, if you look at it, that's just the thing, that you're dominating this realtor relationship model. That's really what it comes down to, right? Because there's, 3 or 4 different ways that can pay off, but this dream home thing being one of the most measurable and probably the entry level thing that makes it easy.
Yeah, and you're right. I mean, you build the system and dominate this market, and it's so duplicatable everywhere.
Yeah, you get the scale-ready algorithm for it,
Yeah, it's easy. I mean, you talk about it with the real estate agents. I mean, what is the seller wants? They want a buyer, and that's what I think about when I go to the flooring dealers in, let's just say, Denver. But if I have all the real estate agents, then getting the flooring dealer to buy and sign on is a piece of cake.
Yeah. And this is great. It's like, I think we're getting into a situation where your chocolate and my peanut butter is going to create some great things here.
I think this is an Uber product. It really is a game changer because it's simple. Yeah. And what I love is the flooring dealers can't think of it because they're so involved in flooring. They care about the product, and they get hung up on the process and the financing of it. And that's where, we get like 60% profit margins on this. Now we got to wait for our money, but
exactly.
But I don't mind waiting a few months for a couple $1,000 extra dollars. So
that's exactly right. Especially if you can move it from 6 or 7 times a month up to 60 or 70 times a month. That would be a great thing, right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
That's fantastic. So if you look at that, then you've got margin and stuff. What it's all kind of happening. Have you ever done like a source analysis on this? Where I know you probably haven't done anything that begins with or includes the word analysis in it.
No, right. Yeah, it's my kryptonite there.
I'm just listening to my thing. You're like, analysis? No, not analysis. Yeah. But looking just at your, the last, 100 that you've helped or whatever, and kind of seeing how they came about, what was the source of it? How does it actually happen?
Okay, so we do have it in our CRM, but we don't list them. We put the marketing as home seller dream marketing. So it could have come from the networking groups or the website, or, it could have come from several different ways, but I've put it down as that because I want to show how this marketing has brought customers. Yeah. Even if they don't use the program, right? I'm also trying to show other dealers how this marketing has brought us this much business. So it hasn't been broken down from there.
I gotcha. Okay, and so that's in addition, though, to the 6. You're saying that you do 6 true dream home ones a month, and that there's additional things that happen from that. Is that what you're saying?
That there's additional. Well, are you saying how much of that is part of the scope of our business?
I'm saying that I asked you about how many people do you do this for, or how often do you get to do it? And you said about 6 a month on that. Yeah. And what I'm asking is that 6 a month, is that truly the 6 the house is on the market and you're replacing the carpet and they're going to pay when the house sells, like the true core dream home offer? Or are you saying that about 6 times a month we end up doing business with somebody that I sourced as that?
Yeah, that's how about 6 times a month we get a client from that marketing, but
I gotcha.
but they could pay us cash. Now, I just got a sale the other day from a real estate agent who heard about the Dream program. The guy was moving in. He came in. It was an easy sale, but this was a customer that we got from a real estate agent who used the program. And again, they referred us, and that was one of the easiest sales I ever made, because they already, it was a strong recommendation from that real estate agent, which was their realtor. So, so it's kind of hard to say. I think that originated from the Home Seller Dream program, but it ended up they were buying just regular retail.
I gotcha. Well, that's not bad either, right?
Oh, it's fantastic. I mean, so the Dream program, we've done 150,000 out of 2 million last year. So it's still a relatively small percentage of our business, but empirically, it's kind of like discovering how much business we're getting from the website. Well, we don't know how many people are looking at other advertising first, going to the website, and they say they heard about us on the web. Because we ask. So you don't know how much business that we do have now that originated from the Dream program. But, we get a ton of referral and repeat customers. So, that's a good 35, 40% of our business right now is referral customers and repeat customers.
Yeah, I got it. Wow, this is a pretty cool, there's lots of opportunity here. So part of the thing, I think if you just get to the core of, to go directly to the source when the new listing comes on, if you were to send a quick email to the agent, the listing agent, and introduce and share the program, or send a postcard to them, about their new listing, that first wave would probably be a good chance to get in front of the right the people who have a need. Like if you look at it, that if you just did that, you tested that with the next 1,000 listings that come on the market, and you sent a postcard and maybe followed up with a 9-word email after that, there could be a big that could be a win. That maybe you're for less than even if you did like a jumbo size postcard that describes everything about it, kind of thing, to people. Let's say you spend $1 per postcard, that could be $1,000 for 1,000 exactly at the right moment exposures.
Okay.
Because if you're saying that it affects 10% of the population, or 15% maybe, that there's 100 or 150 of them are real. It's an issue. That's the potential there. It's kind of I think that could be a big win. Have you got any independent or otherwise research or studies showing the effect of new carpet on sales price and days on market? Because you say that.
You say that the word research and study again, so that's kind of like analysis.
No, I don't. Whether not that you've done, because it would be better if.
Just checked it out.
It'd be better if it comes from NAR or if it comes from
a different source
somewhere else.
I haven't seen the article. I mean, it's only if I did, it's made up. I mean, if I would just make something up.
Right. Like
study.
Right. But an irrefutable source like Money Magazine or a something that is not. It's not. Me, the carpet dealer, saying houses with new carpets sell for more money faster, right? And it's like, you're not trumpeting. This new study shows that houses with new carpets sell, and then, who did the study? Well, Carpets of Arizona. My company, we did it. Yeah. That's not.
I mean, the coolest thing is the text or the email from a real estate agent who, gave that validation. But, I know what you're saying. I haven't seen or done the research on those kind of studies. I kind of do. When I have a question like that, go to Google, look, first page, didn't find it. This is too hard.
Too hard. Yes, exactly. It doesn't, if you can't find it in the first page of Google, it doesn't exist. That's
right. No, I'll just have to make something up.
They have a second page of Google?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, you think about that. I can't remember the last time I went to the second page of Google for anything. Yeah, I do a new search rather than go to the second page.
Yeah, I'm not putting in the words right. I'm going to ask people on Facebook.
Yeah, exactly.
that's my research study.
Right. So I think that, as a really predictable system triggered by, because every day there are new listings coming on the market, right? And so as soon as
you said postcard to the home
to the
seller.
listing agent. To both.
Oh, a postcard to the listing agent?
Yeah.
Or to the home
that be great?
Or both? You're saying both.
Could be both.
Okay. Postcard. And then an email will go to the listing agent.
Yeah.
We'll have their email address. To and okay. So we've done this to some degree, and not. I didn't have somebody hired that just did this, so I'm even thinking of.
But imagine just to do the math
stay-at-home wives
right?
or somebody that can.
That's what I'm
every
saying.
Day,
let's just do the math on what that could be, right? If you take and I mean, it would be very easy to do 100. Let's just see, if you look at the 100 new listings, there's probably been 100 in the last few days, right, in Phoenix, if you look at it that way. And you get a sense of what that could be, right? Like I always like to look at getting it to a scope that is manageable, So rather than think about it in its entirety, is what would be I'm not looking at this point to look for the most efficient way or the most easiest way. What I'm looking for is what's the most definitive way to really dig into what's happening with these 100 listings. If we say to present, if we use this as our research thing, and there's 100 listings, and we can approach, you send the AIR campaign of just, having a great vehicle or postcard that explains the whole process to them.
Mm-hmm.
If you have anything like printed that explains the program, that's kind of a good jumping off point here, But to be able to articulate that to them and send the postcard as if you ask somebody to give you 5 minutes, if you got 5 minutes and you explain the process to them, that way you're just using the postcard in lieu of you,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then the call to action I wouldn't try to send them to a URL or anything. We want them just to call in, and then somebody there can explain it further and
we could
schedule an appointment, right? We're not really
right.
directing them traditional, name, email, and I'm not looking for that as much as, an engagement right there.
It could be, but you look at it, it's like what could be the way to what could be the way to get them to get some information about it, that you now get the people who are interested in this. Like, not so much that they have to, the only response is to, let's do it kind of thing. But you want to know, of the 100, how many of them are leaning forward about this or interested in this in some way, that they have not just dismissing it out of hand.
So would you send the same postcard to the listing agent as a home seller, because the listing agent...
I think you'd send different postcards to the listing agent and the homeowner, probably.
Because they can be receiving the postcard and it's like, well, that house doesn't need it, but my other listing does.
Right, exactly. They're the leverage for sure. The realtors are the leverage.
Yeah. And right now our kind of our marketing to them is, have you heard about this yet?
Yes.
Because we've done a ton of, we make a lot of noise. We're good at that.
Yeah.
So a lot of people have already heard about it. It's just not on top of mind because they don't have a listing right now that needs it.
Right. I think that's a good thing. It's like the that would be a good way to start the ball rolling here, because that, if you figure out, you're going to get some education from these 100 first to get a sense of whether they're receptive to it or resistant to it or confused by it or annoyed by it, or what's the reception that you're getting, right? And if we can figure out how to maximize the process for 100, that becomes the scale-ready algorithm to go to the 1,000 and the 10,000 and the 4 million people a year sell their homes, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I like what I'm hearing.
Yeah,
I think that's I think it's pretty cool, And let's look at. I'll connect with you after. I'll connect with you next week, and let's see about some things that we can do to collaborate on that, because I've got tools for listing agents that they would be happy to have help with, and for you to be able to, for us to be able to collaborate to introduce those to them.
I'd love to do that.
To being able to help that. So it's like the, because now you become the carpet guy that helps them grow their business. That's really what they really want. Yeah.
Yeah. One of the things we do here, that we probably won't be able to offer in other states, is we do free snow shoveling for our clients. So
free snow shoveling, I like that.
And we get a lot of business for that too.
Yeah, of course. That's so funny. Well, that hour went by as fast as you could imagine.
Yeah, it did. Can't believe.
What's your summary here? Your takeaway?
The big one is to and again, I need to hire somebody to do this.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking about who to hire to manage this 1,000 postcards to the listing agents, the home sellers, and the 1,000 emails to the listing agent as well.
Yeah.
So that's pretty easy to put together and to hire somebody to manage that and just do exactly what I tell them to.
Right.
I think I can do that pretty easily, and that I can create a lot of noise with that.
Yeah.
And attract a lot of customers that way.
Yeah.
So, and I like the aggressiveness of that. And again, that is simple to duplicate. So if I'm going after the real estate agents in a different city, because this is one thing we wanted to offer is the lead generation as part of the program, I can still hire somebody in Arizona to do this in Denver or another city or state where we want to go out to next. So I don't need to hire people in that location. So
and there's the thing is that you don't even need to see, part of this thing is that you could be I mentioned to you while we were in Florida, the Empire, that what happened to me was that somebody asked about where can I get same day carpet, and my brain immediately went to 800-588-2300 Empire. It automatically was smuggled into my brain right now. Does Empire, are they do they have standalone stores, or are they a referral service to other carpet installers?
No, they're their own company, but it's a marketing and selling company, and they carry the stuff in stock that they
But you wonder about like the florists, like Teleflora or 1-800-Flowers or those things where they're not the actual provider, but they refer out to local fulfillers, right? Like if somebody calls in to order flowers or something, they'll go through their network, their FTD network or whatever, and the florists will pay a percentage to get that job, right? And so what I look at it is, rather than even trying to have to convince the other carpet stores, the flooring stores, to learn how to do this, or to get in, buy it, and you show them and educate them on the process of how to do it. It could be that you could do it remotely for them, and they get to just stay in the during unit and actually go and install the carpet and pay a referral or do a split on the revenue.
Yeah, that's kind of what we're working on, is that we'll carry the contract, but just to give you a quick example, the project will be $4,000. That dealer will probably get $3,000, and we're waiting on our money to get paid. Yeah. So we're basically financing that deal for, say, 3 months to get the premium. But to be a part of the program, there'll be an entry cost, and there'll be a monthly fee, probably something small, just to help with some of the marketing and all that, and to keep them involved in the program. But then we'll show them how to market it and how to build and take advantage of the relationship with the real estate agent. So, there's a lot of things we're still trying to work out with this plan, but it's definitely a national play that we want to make, and to get them involved in what's the simplest system. Have a directory website like you're talking about, one area that people can call in, and we can direct them to a dealer in their area that offers that service.
That's exactly right. Yeah. Very cool. All right. Well, this has been amazing. I like big ideas like this, and I'm looking forward to collaborating with you on this. So I'll connect with you next week. And
that's fantastic.
We can hatch an evil scheme.
Yeah, we can go more evil. We can get downright evil.
That's right. That's awesome. Okay, Jerry, thanks so much.
All right, Dean. Thank you. Appreciate it. Great call.
Bye.
All right, bye now.
And there we have it. Another great episode. I really enjoyed that one. It's nice to see that how it all comes around, and then the realization that we should be doing stuff together. I mean, I've have programs that helps real estate agents. We're both looking for the same person. We're both serving the same client. So why not look for ways that we can collaborate on that? And so I will keep you posted how that comes about, and we'll do some periodic updates. But this could be a classic example of how to do some collaborative marketing when you have people who are looking for and serving the same person. And you could ask yourself that question, who else is serving the people that you're already serving? And how could you collaborate to reach them better together? So I think that's a really cool opportunity for most people. I mentioned that Jerry had spent 3 days with me in Orlando here at our Breakthrough Blueprint event. And I do 9 events like this a year where we'll have 10 or 12 people in a room, in a boardroom, and we spend 3 days just focused 100% on applying the 8 profit activators to your business. And some amazing breakthroughs happen. You can imagine how fast the days go. Like, these podcasts go by very quickly, but that'd be the kind of discussion that we have times 3 days. And it's energizing. People often leave just walking on clouds. And I do too, because it's very energizing to me. It's never the same event twice. So I'd love for you to experience that and join us. If you want to get the details, I'm just about to head off on our world tour here this summer. I'm starting out in Toronto and go to London and Amsterdam and Sydney, Australia. Just send me an email, dean@deanjackson.com, and put any one of those cities in the subject line, and I'll get you all the details on when and where and everything you need to know to join us for a Breakthrough Blueprint. If you want to be a guest on the show, that's easy to do. Just go to MoreCheeseLessWhiskers.com and click on the Be a Guest link. It couldn't be easier. I look forward to hatching some evil schemes with you. Have a great day.